Okay, we're gonna do the news Sunday, baby. It's time to do the news, Fibonojji style. August 21, 2016, U.S. of A. Dude. All right, here we go. You know what? Sometimes I just think, there's just something about a newspaper. I grew up in Duncan, Oklahoma, dude. Duncan, Oklahoma. We had the Duncan banner. Just getting the newspaper was a daily. I always enjoyed it. And as things have kind of moved to kind of a digital world, I've jumped on that wagon, but there's still something about a newspaper. And I think that I'm afraid that the print world is kind of going night-night. So we're going to do it Fibonojji style, keep the newspapers alive. In fact, I think these guys need to hire me. In fact, I would love to be like a roaming reporter for like the New York Times, the Chronicle, do some comedy pieces, and just kind of really talk about the news from my perspective, because one of the things about the news is it kind of, I hate to use the N-word, baby, but there's kind of an accepted narrative. You're like, narrative? Like, what's that? All right, here, narrative. All right, here's the thing. Okay, here we go. Let's just kind of do this Fibonacci style. Do it quick, down and dirty, baby. That's what she said, baby. I could do everything in 5 minutes or less. Let's see if I can do the news in 5 minutes or less. Here we go. Boom. All right. Trump's empire. Okay, here's my take on Trump. Everybody says we need a change in the establishment. And then when somebody actually comes and challenges the establishment, we want the establishment. And so this is more about, Trump and Hillary is more about, do we truly want a change in the establishment? And, Trump, he's an idiot, dude. I mean, he's an idiot. But, he's done something. He's actually grown something. I mean, he's had, 100,000 employees. I mean, at this point in the economy, I mean, I literally read earlier today that they're calling it the Great Recession. I'm like, holy shit. The narrative, I hate calling it the liberal media or the right wing, just call it the narrative. The mainstream narrative has convinced the people that we have a great recession. It's not a depression, it's a great recession. So here you go. Do you want the establishment, or do you want someone who's actually done something? And we need to stop electing people who have gone to law school. If we could just literally stop putting people in the presidency who have gone to law school, and they've had to create one job. Everybody talks about being all right, don't get me started on Trump. All right, here we go. Oh, we got some bad news. Homeless, man. That's something near and dear to my heart. Despite hundreds of millions of dollars poured in local programs, numbers are increasing. Okay, here you go. Here's my take on that. I don't want to riff too much. I know you got stuff to do. We'll talk about business in just a second. You're like, seriously, get off the bad news. Here's the thing about homelessness, dude. In fact, Google it. Look at the statistics of who is homeless. It's not just homeless. We need to start looking at the statistics of people. Like, are these men? Are these women? And you're going to see, again, this is a hashtag MRA moment. You're going to see that most homeless people are men, white men, African-American men. And again, think of it in terms of the reciprocal. What would happen if most homeless people were female? And one of the reasons why we can't solve the homeless problem is we can't figure out a way to make money off it. For example, the Susan G. Komen Foundation. Now, that's a great organization. It's helped lots of people, but it's a great example of how an organization has raised millions and millions and millions of dollars, but they're really not in the cancer research business anymore. They're really in the marketing, self-perpetuating business. And so the problem with the homeless is we can't figure out a way to make money, unlike the Susan G. Komen Foundation. Now, that's an organization. They found a need, they've met it, now they're making bazillions of dollars on it. I'm not against people making money, but I'm just like, dude, okay, so how do we do it? You're like, okay, John, give me some solutions. Here you go. Here, let me show you the Fibonacci. I told you this story in a prior video. This is some Brazilian money. I was at the Santa Monica Pier. A homeless woman, LGBT person, walked up to me and she gave me $5. And she literally said to me, dude, she's like, this is worth something. And what she was trying to do is she was trying to give me this money. And she's like, okay, can you give me real money because I'm hungry? So she gave me this. Kind of broke my heart, dude. In fact, find the video where I said I'm having a little moment. So here's this woman. She's giving me Brazilian money. She's wanting me to run some currency. So here's the thing. If you want to really, really solve this problem, it's not going to be done on a federal level. It's not going to be done even on a state level. It's going to be done with you and me. We the people, dude. And you go up to a homeless person and give them $5. Not $1, but a $5. $5 gets them their dignity, gets them into, they have a nice, maybe get some in and out. But at the end of the day, we as a people are going to have to decide, we're going to have to start solving these problems on the local level. In fact, you know, one time I was flying. I was in an airplane, obviously flying, and no, I was not high, but I'm a big proponent of cannabis. And this lady sat next to me, and she was kind of one of those like pastoral people. And she just somehow, this was like probably 15 years ago. She goes, "You'll never meet a homeless Jew, a homeless Jew." She said, "You'll never meet a homeless Jew." And I'm like, "What the fuck? You'll never meet a homeless Jew?" And she's like, "Yeah, because see, the Jews take care of their own." I'm like, "Wow, that's so interesting." So here's the thing. In the meantime, give them $5 because that's going to help them. And then if you really want to be funny, here's something. This is the way my brain works. What if we took this lady's suggestion seriously? What if we got rid of all the local ATMs and we made the homeless people basically be ATM people? So we're literally, instead of the surcharges going to like the local banks, the surcharges literally go to the homeless people. So for example, we give the homeless people like a number, you know, for example, like 417. So let's say that we assign this guy 417. He goes to his local ATM. Before you can use that ATM, he has to get $5. And you can either pay him $5 or you can pay the ATM $5. What are you going to do? So what if we treated the local homeless people as local currency merchants? We would not have homelessness. It wouldn't last even another week. Anyway, the local level, we the people. All right, where we go. Business. Talking about storage. Man, this is interesting. You know, here's an idea. Talking about this. You know, I just love business, and I love teaching it. I just love it. One of the things that we need to do is we need to get rid of our textbooks, and we need to start just going to our local community colleges, our local four-year colleges, and we need to just literally hand them these problems. Say, all right, guys, pay your fucking tuition, or here you go. Why don't you walk in? Read this right here. This is really interesting. As far back in the 1880s, Thomas Edison wrestled with a way to effectively take surplus energy, save it, and then use it as a later date. So what if we did this? What if we made our colleges relevant? And instead of sticking them in colleges, in these textbooks, and they're just basically become professional test makers, what if we had a program, like maybe I don't know, maybe just like an adjunct program with each university where we just gave them the local newspaper, and we're like, all right, guys, here's the problem. Thomas Edison wrestled with it. How would you handle it? Like, well, and then that's what starts happening is the synergy between some really brilliant young minds. Boom, we start making some solutions. Dude, I mean, I'm only at 7 minutes and I've solved education. I've solved homelessness. I've talked about the establishment versus Trump. What else do you want to talk about? Oh, this is really good. I thought this is really cool. A celloist draws a sold-out crowd. Mischa, I don't even want to mess up his last name. It's a really, really good article by Christian Herrzog. He's a freelancer for the San Diego Tribune. This is a really, really, really interesting. It's a very San Fran environment. But if you really want some good writing, you want to learn, you want to maybe broaden your horizons, read this. A celloist draws sold-out crowd. Mischa, really, really good article. I love the way he talks here. Check it out. I mean, just the way this guy writes. Anyway, by the way, Herrzog, you're a good writer. I mean, this is writing, you know. Talk about journalism. There's bullshit, and then there's real journalism. This guy, anyway, not only is this guy interesting, but Christian Herrzog's a good writer. All right, where do we go? Here you go. There's no greater gig than life itself. All right, I need to wrap these up. What else do you want to talk about? Anything we want to go? Talk about favorite books. Where's the cinema, man? Nobody celebrates. Dude, I love cinema. Hire me to be your cinema guy. Oh, Dolly Parton, dude. Dolly Parton. Man, I love her. You know, I'm not a big fan of her music. I love her story. She's just amazing. I mean, seriously, there's not that many people that have done what she's done, have come from where she's come from. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap this video up. She's still doing it her way. Dolly, you're such a wonderful person. Oh, let's find the token black person. Tell me when you go. These are always the popular people. Tell me how long that's gonna tell me to find the token black person. Boom, we got it right here. All right, these guys are really cool. Man, what if I have an idea. How about we put on like a gym of the night and we ask all these brilliant, smart, intelligent, popular people to help me solve homelessness in San Diego. Can you imagine if we all got together for one night, just drank, did some cannabis on the beach, then we spent one weekend, we're like, how are we gonna solve it? These are some brilliant, smart, rich people, guys. We the people. All right, guys, you be good. If you need anything else, let me know. Americana417 at gmail.com. I love you, Dolly.